It isn't something that is necessarily an issue that is going to help us politically, because there are some people that still hold an affinity for Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
But when you do things like she just did the other day, don't complain when Democrats lose.
She really has no sense of self-awareness.
I don't think it's that at all.
Unbelievable.
I don't think it's that at all. I think she just really hates the entire world and wants everyone to suffer. She's physically.
I don't know that she would consciously acknowledge that, but to me, the fact that she has not learned anything about her behavior, about her comments, about because this is akin to the deplorables or Jill Biden telling you to suck it up. And I don't think that they can't read the room right now. No, they're not reading the room.
But they also don't realize that everything is changing. So here's what Hillary Clinton had to say with Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy, why are you inviting Hillary Clinton on?
Why wouldn't he? Doesn't they probably have the same overlords?
There you go.
Biden versus Trump.
Yes,
we know that.
It is.
What do you say to voters who are upset that those are the two choices?
Get over yourself. Those are the two choices.
Yeah, I love that.
Right? And
good.
Like it's your child refusing to eat the dinner on their plate.
Couple things to notice right there. Number one, the crowd did not respond positively.
No.
So normally, if there was like a real zinger right there, the crowd is normally going to say, "Oh, wow, yeah." It's more like Jimmy's having to say, "Hey, guys, come on, clap, please. like Jeb Bush says, please clap."
I feel bad for anybody in that audience that was hoping to have a good guest when they went on that show.
Well,
because you don't necessarily get to pick, you get tickets and you go, and then you pick who's there is who's there.
And speaking of RFK, are you going to pretend he's not running, or are you going to say he's the worst person in the world for running? So when they say that you only have two choices, even though you probably have you might have 5 or 6 this time.
Not just that, but this is all on them for not having a primary in the first place. But it's just unbelievable to me. They must just require these shows and these talking heads to entertain and platform this woman. They must require it, because there's no way that people want to hear from her. Nobody wants to hear from her. So they're not doing it because of a demand. She gets ratioed every time she goes in public. She gets basically jeered at publicly and protested publicly. She is not beloved. I don't understand it. So I'm thinking they must require it. Maybe, who knows, with the Clinton Foundation and any corporations and whoever it is who sponsors these shows, but maybe they make them have her on.
Yeah, and sometimes I think it's just a question of who the Clintons have had their hooks in for so long, and she just wants to remain relevant. For her, it's the opportunity to go on TV and talk and give her musings. But the truth is that she hates everybody. That's why she makes statements like, "Get over it."
Here's
do
the
what
thing,
I say.
Hillary, the feeling is very mutual.
But she's not going to get over it.
No.
I said she'll never get over 2016. That's never.
Were you listening when Jordan said that?
Let's finish.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like one is old and effective and compassionate, has a heart, and really cares about people. And one is old and has been charged with 91 felonies.
Okay.
Did any of the felonies include a genocide? I'm not sure that I heard of any of the felonies including a genocide. Has he been brought up on war crimes yet? Has Donald Trump been brought up on war crimes that I'm not aware of?
No, but then again, I know that her attitude is let it be, there's this, he's got 91 felony charges. And listen, Double K, one thing you have to remember is that Hillary Clinton did win the popular vote. She also outspent Trump by almost 2.5 to 3 to 1. When you're talking at least $1 billion in more spending, it's not hard to get 2.7, 2.8 million more votes. It's just not. That was an election that I think a lot of people, even people in Trump's corner, didn't see him ultimately winning. I think that everything that transpired during the 2016 primary really helped shift it into Trump's corner. I think that's where ultimately enough people were just like, the hell with it, let's take a shot. And that's what happened.
I cannot stand this woman.
Okay, interesting.
I don't understand why this is even a hard choice, really. I don't
really?
understand it,
you don't? Well, she doesn't
understand
election,
it. And hopefully people will realize what's at stake, because it's an existential.
Oh, it always
question.
is.
What kind
Always
of
an
country we're going to
existential.
have, what kind of democracy we're going to have, and people who blow that off are not paying attention, because it's not like Trump, his enablers, his empowerers, his allies are not telling us what they want to do. I mean,
You do like to talk when the audio is going.
I do, because I feel like it needs commentary, because I cannot with this woman.
Like I said, she's just a very, Ray J, that's good. 91 dropped to 87, and down the list they go. And it's to me, like I said, this is very much representative of somebody like Wasserman Schultz at the more micro level and Hillary more at the more macro level. They are a complete net negative when it comes to politics. They only move the needle in one direction, the opposite direction of where they're intending to swing it. So if Hillary Clinton is out there saying what she's saying, what's ultimately going to happen as a result is the Democrats are going to continue to bleed voters as a result. People don't need to be reminded of her. They want to be able to move on. She's not letting them.
No.
And she's not going to let them, because if you think this is the last time you're going to see her on corporate TV, you're crazy.
When she dies, I wonder if they'll want to give her like state burial and put her like, in the rotunda.
Well, she was first lady. She was
a senator too, but whatever.
But couldn't quite get the last rung of
I just couldn't quite get it. I cannot stand her.
All right, we'll finish it up.
I know.
and they're pretty clear about what kind of country they want.
Yeah.
So.
Get out there and vote.
It's always existential. It's always, the future of democracy. Hillary, you already bought and paid and sold off our democracy. That's gone. That ship sailed. I love that they think Trump is the threat to democracy. Guys, the fact that this is where we are right now, that these are what she says, the two choices, I think it's safe to say that we don't have a democracy. I think that ships out. So, the idea that Trump would be worse to me is also, I try to think of this from the position of the most vulnerable people. So like right now, that might be the Palestinians. And in the mind of the Palestinians, I assure you, they're not scared of Trump. And saying to somebody who lost 30 family members in Gaza that, well, but Trump, it's just not, it's not working.